But I come from New Jersey. I'm a youth development specialist in Asbury Park. It's a small little inner city in Jersey by the shore towns. I also currently in the process of finalizing my nonprofit status for a youth organization I'm starting that's focused on elevating the consciousness of our youth. And it's focusing on the body, mind, and the soul, and working on holistic intervention. This is a beautiful place because there's so many healers in this room today. And I just want to say also, I'm selling crystals in the back too. A lot of great crystal deals. I think you should walk around, see them both, because these are tools that we could use to heal ourselves. So before I really move forward and talk about my focus for the day, I just want to give a big shout out and thanks to the ladies that put together this beautiful event, because these are the things that are going to change our community today. You know, I call it the ancient future, because these are techniques and tools that we've been using in the past that is coming to the present moment once again. And once we start seeing that the current path of society today is not causing harmony, it's not bringing back balance, and we must bring this back to our people through our own conscious ability. So big shout out to them in this wonderful event. I love coming out here and sharing knowledge. And just giving you a little brief background, my focus for today's conversation is to break down the importance of being balanced, understanding the chakras as using it as a blueprint to make you balance, and the basics of meditation. I was going to do a meditation, but the noise in the room seems a little bit to keep yourself focused and balanced from within. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit of knowledge. So before I get started, does anybody here in the room have somebody that they love, that they're close to, a family member, a friend, an uncle? Raise your hand if you got somebody. I can't really tell. Okay, hopefully. Anybody have anybody in their life that is a seed, that is a child, that is younger than them, that they want to nourish and nurture? So I ask you guys, what kind of world do you want to create for that child? What kind of place do you want to leave for them before you leave this earth? You know, a place that is in harmony, a place that is balanced, and a place that is beautiful. And in order for that to take place, we ourselves, meaning the individual that I control, me, must remain balanced first, before I can pass that knowledge off to my seed. And for that to happen, we must realize and see where we at in this world today. Can anybody know some of the top 5 causes of death in America today? Top 5. What you got? We got stress. So number 1 is heart disease. Okay. Number 2, we have cancer. I think number 3, let me check my notes. I don't want to give out no lies out here like this brother was lying to me, not telling me no truth. We have cancer. We have respiratory illnesses. We have stroke. Accidents, like car accidents, things like that, freak accidents, Alzheimer's, and number 7 is diabetes. Okay, so those amounts of death, that's bigger than police brutality, that's bigger than any terrorist attack you're talking about, or any violent crime happening in America today. So these are things that are in our control, because we have these movements, and I think it's beautiful, Black Lives Matters, and waking up our people, realizing, but the real killers in our community today are not those things right there, and no one's talking about it. And that all relates to our own personal level of balance from within. Because heart disease, that can either be from a broken heart, that can either be from a poor diet and nutrition, but all these things are things that I can control from my own internal state of being. We have cancer. We all know how that happens. That can be part of genetic, but at the same time, we could prevent these things from taking place by becoming more consciously aware of our day-to-day actions. And when I'm talking to you about balance, I'm going to break it down more specifically, giving you a prerequisite of beginning to walk this spiritual path. And it's understanding to bring balance to the body, this physical temple we have right here. I'm talking about the mind, and I'm talking about our soul. And to give you more details about the body, the simple things. And the first aspect is realizing, how do I nourish these aspects of myself to live a balanced and a high quality of life? So if I'm trying to balance out this physical body of mine, that goes into number 1, my diet and nutrition. I'm not going to go into deep details about it because that's not what I'm here for, but realizing what foods am I consuming at this moment in time, and how are these foods impacting my physical being? Is it helping or is it hurting me? I'm talking about the chemicals you're putting on your body. What kind of lotions are you using? What kind of soaps? What kind of cleaning products? Because all these are going to affect your physical balance of your being internally. Also goes into the kind of water you're drinking. Every time I drink bottled water, it hurts me on the inside, because that is some of the worst water that we can consume on a regular basis. And how these all come and relate to our own personal healing. And going into the air, am I breathing? Am I even breathing properly? Am I breathing from my chest on a regular basis, or am I using my diaphragm, allowing that life force to come into my body and to nourish my soul? And also physical activity. Am I physically active right now? Do I have any kind of practice? Am I walking, jogging, running, doing some kind of yoga, basketball, football? Because these are all things that allow us to keep this vehicle in tune. We all have cars we take to the shop, but but we don't take our own body to the shop and give it the tune-up that it needs on a regular basis. Alright, so going from the body, we're going to jump off to the mind. And this is one of the most important aspects, because what is displayed in this mind is going to manifest itself in the physical reality. So most of the work is going to be done inside of here. And when I'm talking about the mind, I mean, what are you feeding your mind on a daily basis? What kind of books are you reading? Okay, how are they serving you? What are they feeding into your mind? The bigger question is, am I even reading books at all? That's the next big thing you have to ask, because I have to receive information somewhere. Something's going to be feeding my consciousness on a regular basis. So is it in your control, or is it what society's pumping out from the TV show, the billboard? What kind of music are you playing? I work in Asbury Park, and when you watch a drill time video, music video, or one of those trap music, you see those exact same ideas walking the street one by one. And these are kids who are thinking that this is my true identity, but they don't realize the mind control that's being played from them. I'm playing that music on a regular basis, and how that impacts a community or individual. If all I'm hearing is shoot, kill, rob, be this, be that, how is that going to nourish my mind to think even higher than that? Okay, so we got to recognize that this is an aspect that we must take control of in order for us to have a more conscious society, bringing more balance. Because a lot of our suffering happens through our own thought process. Things may happen out here, but nothing could shake or change me from inside of here. Okay, so going from the balance of the mind, I'm going to step into the soul. And this is something that we all must learn to nurture, because our soul is our storehouse of information. The memory is not from just this lifetime, but the many lifetimes that we have walked before this. So when you have experienced trauma from your childhood, that is going to affect you in your present day if you haven't let go or healed or accepted that experience, and realizing that the damage in our soul is the one that we must care for the most, because that is what's stored into our subconscious mind. And we know how the majority of our organs and our body functions is through our subconscious reactions, meaning that we don't have to become aware of me breathing or not. It's going to happen automatically. I don't have to say heartbeat. It's going to beat naturally. I don't have to tell my liver to remove the toxin. It's going to do it automatically. So the thoughts that you have stored in your subconscious are going to be relaying the message for how these organs function. So when you see things like cancer and complications, that could come from some of the traumatic disease that we have experienced in our life. And that's why healing the soul through the process of meditation and mindfulness will allow you to dive into the depths of your subconscious mind, to really feel and experience the energy that you have stored inside of yourself, and realize what are the things I need to let go of. Even me just walking to my car today, I was just looking at some of the people's faces, and I could see the pain. I could see the burden that they're carrying on their back and on their shoulders. And you have to ask yourself, how long is enough till I learn to let go? It's not going to happen overnight, but we must take the time to heal ourselves, because when you see people hurting one another because they're hurt in the depths of their own soul. And when you see people coming and try to heal each other, because they have found that healing touch within their soul too. And for us to change this world, we have to start with the person where we can control at all times, and that is ourselves. Because we're always trying to fix somebody else, but I can't control what you do. I can try to inspire you or influence you, but I can only do work to handle what's inside of my own personal soul. So sticking along with the topic of balance, we realize the body, the mind, and the soul all need balance. And some of you might be like, that's still a lot of work. I don't know what food is good. I don't know what food is bad. I was taught this way. I was taught that. I don't know what is meant for me. So there's a template that we can all use that I think we all might be familiar with. Now, some of us. Has anybody in this room heard about the chakras before? The chakras. And that is an ancient blueprint that you can use to balance out your body, your mind, and your soul. And this is something that I feel like this is going to be the future. This is the foundation of my youth program. I may not say the chakras at all, but it's a template I use to go through all 7 chakras within your own personal being, and helping you understand the consciousness of the mind, the body, and soul. And when I see certain kids that have certain behaviors, a lot of anger, or they have a lot of bitterness, I know which chakras I need to balance out within their own soul to help lift them up and move them along their journey. And I'm just going to break down briefly the 7 chakras for those who are familiar or not familiar with it, and help you get a deeper understanding so you can use it for yourself and go on your own journey and find more information. So first step, the chakra is a Sanskrit word for a spinning wheel of light, and you can legitimately visualize it on 7 different locations with your body of an energy center. So say you're vibrating and you're very balanced, it's kind of like someone you walk up to that just makes you feel good, that puts a smile on. You could feel their energy, whether consciously or subconsciously, and that is someone that's pretty balanced within. Maybe not be perfect, but someone that you don't even want to walk around. Like it's Monday morning at work and I know not to go by so-and-so's desk because they're just going to suck me into that